Yeah, Lesh wants to be playing up on the enemy ramp, especially once you hit 6. So far, looking pretty good both sides. He is hiding. Enchantress probably going to have to TP bottom soon. Still sticking around though. Aramis, he's missed out on the wave, so he can't even drag it back. And there is that metamorphosis straight out from Miracle. Ench TPing down to bottom lane as expected. And Kuroki going to be in that kind of 1v1 against the Earth Spirit. They've already blocked up his pull camp with a sentry ward. So it looks like there's going to be no way here for Kuroki to reset the lane, as it will push back out. Shad down bottom. Getting chased out here. Mind Control and GH. They've got an arrow. Not going to connect though. Celery and Shad both very low on HP. You're going to have to spend a salve. Yeah, he had to give a salve to Sven. Yeah, looking pretty even. Some good. Arrow bottom. Celery gets jumped on. That final hit from GH just not coming. Oh, the war cry. It bought just enough with that bonus armor to keep Enchantress alive. And then in the mid lane, we spamming out these mangoes. And you're right, the bottle's going to be coming right now. And he's already full HP, full mana to keep the razors going. Boom looks a little bit bothered by this. Pinging out that maybe he wants a bit of help. Boom tipping him. Yeah, the level 3 Terrorblade in the jungle. I mean, this used to be the kind of normal thing, almost. You just go back, farm jungle, hide away, gives a bit of space to your Vengeful Spirit, just to leech some experience. Throws a Stormhammer. And then GH is going to have the arrow to kill the creep anyway. And this gives Tidehunter such a free time, like Mind Control. Okay, he's got 11 CS, but getting tons of experience and the ability just to stay in this lane with both heroes. Nigma feeling very, very comfortable. And also the fact that, oh, missing the arrow on the Dark Troll there. Celery moves forward, gets one trap and one impetus, and then immediately sprints back.
Structures are fortified.
All right, mid lane. I see Aramis moving. Oh, he's found a Terrorblade illusion. That's good scouting from Miracle, making sure that we isn't getting completely opened up by the Earth Spirit rotation.
Thrice the torment.
Yeah, and Aramis just finds Miracle back in the jungle. Cancels out his clarity, spots out a little stack that TB had made. And Enchantress, yeah, gonna go steal a creep from the other side of the jungle and also try and gather up some of these bounty runes. Might actually... I don't know. Celery, gonna get a courier snipe? Yeah, takes down Tide's courier. But that does mean Miracle... Weehard does refill his bottle with a bounty. And top lane, Toby diving under the tier 1-4 Kuro. Venge can always just TP away from this. That's exactly that. Clever. While mid lane, Weehard. That's a big impetus hit. First blood from Celery. Good little rotation. Again, they bring both supports around that 5-minute bounty rune mark. Make sure they shut down the Shadow Fiend. But a good arrow kills off the catapult and stops the push.
A tithe to the impurity.
Dyers are scanning.
Nice dodge. Doesn't matter though. Brokey sidesteps the roll, but Toby has 3 points in the poison attack at this point. They're also continuing to make stacks. GH building up a bit of jungle there for the Terrorblade to return to. But it feels like, you know, the kettle is starting to boil and Viking are getting to that point very soon where they're going to have this burst of action. You know, Toby has this urn. He'll have Rod of Atos soon. Earth Spirit is going to get closer to that level 6. And that top tier 1 falling is going to be a big problem for Nigma, as it really does close out the amount of farm that Terrorblade is going to have.
Structures are fortified. Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Oh.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Requiem. Oh, the stun stops it. Doesn't have a stick or anything either, so no bit of burst regen. Boom. Gets the solo kill as Aramis also snipes out Kuroki in the top lane. And that is that burst of aggression that Viking were most certainly waiting for. Sven doesn't seem too bothered. You know, he can go back into jungle, farm a few little camps here and there, and then put Viper bottom lane to really sit and soak in that bottom lane. Even maybe look for a kill on mind control. Trying to chase him. Aramis is TP'd in.
Top tower has fallen.
Don't think they've got the damage for it though. And then mid lane, Arrow slides straight past the backside of the Disco Pony, but he's got a lot of good damage on that tier 1. Does have the Ravage though if Nigma want to bring a bunch of heroes down here. But that is a really nice setup there. Magic Missile Arrow. Finish him with Mind Control. Keep that Ravage for the next team fight as well. A little bit unfortunate that Shadow Fiend didn't get the bottom rune. It is a haste up at top, while Aramis trying to de-ward, but unsuccessfully so. Does at least know there's an observer ward on the high ground.
Is under attack.
But it's a difficult defense of this mid-tier 1 now for Nigma.
Are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And a Ravage. Gush into the haste of Lash. They've got the tower and they are escaping. Can they stun the Enchantress on the way out? Tidehunter trying to walk forward. But Viper's arrived. Good little kick there. Catching a couple on the way out. And the break. Oh, that's tickling Tide down. And he will hit the ground now. In goes Lash with a haste again. They roll forward. Onto Wii. Nigma. They are struggling now as the arrow connects on nobody. And the Shadow Fiend left isolated by the rest of his team. Again, they are soaking up a lot of this aggression from Viking. Terrorblade is continuing to farm. Yeah, has his own approach. He's going to God Strength for a couple of camps there. But down bottom lane is where it looks like Nigma want to try and set up a bit of a base camp. Maybe move towards that tier 1 at 700 HP on the Radiant bottom lane. They don't seem to have the opportunity to do so. Bounty Rune's going to get grabbed up by Shad, Kuro, Aramis, and one remaining on that left-hand side of the map. Oh, boom. Already has Boots of Travel. Getting well on his way towards that Yule Scepter now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Allies disappear. Radiant are scanning.
How about a Crimson Guard?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah. Yeah, could work pretty nicely. Well, here comes a smoke again from Viking. 7-1 with a 4K lead, and they want to try and make another mark on this map. Yeah, ideally, they'd want to hunt for the Terrorblade, but Miracle has done a really great job at keeping his KDA at 0-0-0. Back in the jungle, he'll sit and hide. Yeah. And now they're going to pause and wonder, well, where is that Terrorblade? They've got another hero in this game. We've not seen him for a good 9 minutes or something. Nigma not going to show anyone. We are 0-3-0 on the SF, trying to get into that Yule Scepter as quickly as he can. Net worth-wise, you know, he's middle of the pack. Very, very similar feel to Game 2. Terrorblade, of course, not Medusa, but similar in some regards, hitting that. Or a double tap from Sven once he gets the Echo Saber. Oh, this is... Are you talking about this top jungle on the Dire side? Yep, that's not Dire jungle anymore. That all belongs to the Radiant.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
What's the point?
Are fortified.
GH TP's top.
Radiant's bottom
Finds
tower
Aramis for a second there. Raindrops get traded out. Viking not going to commit or do anything silly, trying to take down that tier 2. And they know that, you know, as long as they can keep Nigma down in that kind of bottom portion of the map, they can continue farming Sven much more effectively. But an interesting smoke from Nigma here. Smoking up their Terrorblade. He's got Dragonlance, Metamorphosis level 3, Shadow Fiend. He's coming in here, level 9, not really any items. And they pop the meta, swap back Celery, and that's an immediate kill on the Enchantress. But what can they do from it? Anything they can actually transition into? So... that smoke from
Then
yeah, learning from some Counter-Strike teams and playing for retake as they do Requiem on that Earth Spirit top. A nice little play from GH and we, and you said it, Moonlight Shadow to initiate, good little pick off, and the smoke and the Moonlight Shadow, they're doing a nice little get off my lawn movement, as Kuroki is also, I don't know how many sentries are up there, but there's like 7 sentries in his jungle trying to de-ward as best he can.
Radiant are scanning.
Double damage! Bounty! A tithe to the impurities.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, don't let this get turned around. No point in having that redundancy.
Wait up.
But it was like the last 3 kills have been position 5. Like Venge, Enchantress over and over again, heading around in circles. Shadow Fiend with a nice little walk up to the double bounty room's top. And it's still only about a 3k lead here. It's plateauing a touch.
Radiant's
it
middle
was
tower is under
accelerating
attack.
for Viking, but Nigma doing a great job holding on. And they might make a move onto this Lesh. We in a really good position. Doesn't have Requiem though. Yours into Arrow. Waiting for that creep wave to go and waiting for the Lash to appear. Yule's Arrow, Razors and Starstorm. Easy pickings onto Boom's Lashrak. And Kuroki, he's also come up here. You know, good little... Nice job, boys. Well played.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
That's a pretty big kill on the Lash as well. That stymies a lot of the pressure the Viking would want to bring in the next couple of minutes. Still waiting for Sven BKB. Oh, can they find anybody? It feels like Viking knows something's happening. They have all run back, but GH has spotted Viper, Earth Spirit, and the Enchantress. He knows, and he feels the roll moving forward. They try and dust to make a play. Rod of Atos onto the SF, but the Terrorblade, he's arrived, and they stun up Toby, obliterating Celery, and Viking are falling apart. A roll back, cancelled by the swap from Kuroki, a double coming in, and a triple for Miracle. It does arrive. Terrorblade on the map now, making his mark. Nice little pop on the Lincolns as well to allow the gush. Minus armor onto Roshan.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Never die.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. All of that advantage now is gone. 5,000 net worth lead about 13 minutes in. It's come down to pretty much nothing. And in that next fight, you've been saying this Blink with the mech on Tide, they're gonna have it. Big sustain, big initiation, lots of ways to cover the Terrorblade. And he doesn't have his Manta or his BKB yet, both of which are queued up.
Generation.
Yeah. Oh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tide. Blinks on Boom. Went for the gush, but it was a good silence from RMS, making sure that he couldn't just ravage Boom's Lashrak. Viking are all going to retreat. And yet again, it is this big movement from 4 Nigma heroes, securing an area of the map, and they are doing it in force every time, while Miracle has these little pockets that he's able to continue farming into. And of course, with Aegis in hand, it feels like Nigma probably want to take the tier 1 mid lane and really open up the map for themselves. Viking opinion out, expecting that same kind of thing. And finally, Shad, right, Shad has BKB. Solar cost, Viking should be ready to fight with everything they've got. Oh, the Ravage, pre-BKB, they've killed off Shad. That's perfect from Nigma. Now they want to swap back on the track. Yule's up into the air, but they've got Arrow to stun and the Fear from the Requiem. All connecting with the 2 big cores falling. Nigma perfectly maneuver themselves into that Radiant Triangle. Kuroki, all the Sunder.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Well, they might kill MC.
My life.
GH is blinking in though. Revenge for mind control as the Terrorblade will slay the Viper. Mega kill into a double. It's an unstoppable Miracle TB. Aramis can't find an entry point. Sven is TPing to that top tier 1. But they're going to be fighting into this Aegis Terrorblade. Slowing him down. They know there's no Matter. He's got Manta. No Sunder. Split Earth and the Edict. Boom is Invis. This is difficult for Miracle now because the Aegis has popped and there's no backup. Venge is miles away. Venge is bottom lane. So the Manta not dodging the stun. This time they get the job done and Terrorblade down. It's Viking. Finally hit one of their timings with the items they picked up, and maybe we'll catch even GH. You'll Split Earth, landing it. Ooh, the leap from GH into the Moonlight Shadow, but the Pulse Nova's coming, and GH is burnt alive.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire are scanning.
Nice. SF BKB coming in a couple of hundred. Give that man his BKB. And mind control ravage intent. Viking just very passively on the map. 2 heroes back in their triangle. But Spirit and Lesh looks like they are trying to meander their way up towards the top lane. Now, this has definitely been a series of farming.
Is under attack.
Everyone very, very actively farming creeps and very inactively moving around the map.
Radiant's
Deny on the
middle
mid-tier
tower
one.
has been denied.
So he takes it out. It sure is. Yeah, Bloodstone coming up in about 1,000 gold. Viking with a great idea where Nigma are, though. I mean, they see Terrorblade pushing the tier 2 bottom lane, so they've got a pretty good plan that the rest of them are sitting behind him on that high ground in the jungle. So making the most of the map elsewhere. Nigma all grouping up, losing out a little bit in that farm efficiency as both Sven and Lesh very adept at clearing through these camps. And that top tier 3 is also going to take a little bit of damage. Someone's going to come back and address that problem. The long line is drawn.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hey, unhealable. Unhealable damage. Wait, unless the repair kit comes out. And the long line from Nigma did actually signal their intent to head up towards top. Roshan in about a minute and a half for the fastest spawn. But it doesn't feel like they're in a rush at all. Yeah, if Shad decides he wants to actually go and fight somebody. He's building himself up all big and strong, but he seems like he's a pacifist. Nearly at the Aghanim Scepter. Does he have the rest on the Courier? Oh, he does. Staff of Wizardry and Blade of Alacrity on Courier. Point Booster and Ograx still yet to go.
What have we?
Gotcha!
Aramis stealing out a couple of bounty runes very sneakily. There isn't anyone there to stop him, so he'll just roll in, roll out. Terrorblade can't do anything about that. So actually, all four. I know! Oh, you know what?
Bullseye.
Yeah, they're gonna find him. There's that Skadi slowing him down. BKB does get expended while Aramis gives his life over to Team Nigma. While up in the dire jungle, Mind Control's gonna waddle away from Enchantress and the Lesh. And Sven, in the end, of course, does survive.
Shadows take us.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Getting a feel?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
With a telescope. They are... Yeah. Terrorblade just goes back up top and keeps on farming. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe Shad knows something about the new patch, so he wants this game to last until Thursday. He's just waiting for it. Just tap out. I mean, like, what? Yeah, what? What are the rules? What are? Where's the rule book on that? Yeah, instead of just GG go re. Oh, they did. All right, Terrorblade, what's your attack range now? It looks like he swapped in a Titan Sliver instead of the Grove Bow. Telescope on the Venge, so we've got that extra swap range. Yeah, he is. Very good zonal control of the map here from both sides. But Roshan has respawned, so everyone's going to start converging and eyeing up the Roche pit, knowing how important Aegis and Cheese is for both sides. It feels like, in particular, for this Nigma side. 12 to 12, dead even. Again, a very close game, but you've been saying the late game belonging to Nigma around this Terrorblade, who is nearly at that butterfly stage. We just don't see Sven really enjoy buying MKB, but he has one queued up. He knows the butterfly's coming, so he kind of has to. Moonlight Shadow comes to nothing, so a smoke from Viking moving past the pit. Kuroki and Mind Control kind of frontlining here. They've got a BKB on Shadow Fiend. Terrorblade Illusion is going to move forward, but sees
Radiant's
absolutely
middle tower
nobody.
is under attack.
Lots of pings from Viking. They think they want to try and get a high ground ward or some kind of vision to actually start this fight off. The Dire scan the Earth Spirit. They know that Viking potentially coming from that right-hand side because they're taking the outpost. 29 minutes in.
Radiant structures are
Clever man, Lacoste. You absolutely know it.
Radiant's
Ooh,
top tower is
Nigma.
under attack.
They scan. They know someone was there.
Radiant's top
And they're
tower
feeling like
is
they can
falling.
actually move back across the area. Maybe retake the outpost. Oh, Mind Control, stutter stepping, goes up high ground, spots the Earth Spirit, the blink away from the right click. Oh, BKB from the Shadow Fiend jumping in. The Sven is there with the All Scepter up. They do try and catch the Earth Spirit and they try and blow him up. The Razor's not enough though, and Weehaw has to run. But that's God Strength BKB down for the Sven. And Shadow Fiend, well, he expends a couple of his abilities, but yeah.
Dire's courier has been killed.
And now the... Oh, arrow somehow goes under the wings of the Viper, then be swapping back into the waiting arms of the Terrorblade. Oh, yes, sure it did. Yule's on the Leshrac. In comes the Earth Spirit, catching the Ravage onto 3. They do clip the Leshrac on the left-hand side, but they're focusing the Sven. The Global Cape doesn't help. And Terrorblade with the DD rune is shredding through them all. Double kill for Miracle. And he wants Toby. He's hit him once with a Scardy Slow. Aramis rolling back, trying to save Toby's life. But this TB range, look at how far he's attacking from. Shadow Fiend has blinked aggressively under the tier 2. Weehaw might survive, but it's an ultra for Miracle, and he's got that Rampage. Give him the double. Give him the double Rampage. Bloodstone Yule's on the track now, but it's nowhere near enough to handle Miracle. This Terrorblade, he is absolutely cruising.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay. Boom. Interesting. Well, the tips come. He is a tip farmer.
Radiant's courier has been.
He is harvesting them. Yule's arrow. Boom gets caught. Wee's coming in with a BKB, Requiem, and another Yule Scepter. They're going to blow up Boom here, down to half HP. The double raises. Really well done by Wee. Die back on the Leshrac, gone for 100 seconds. Aegis and Cheese in the hands of your Miracle Terrorblade. And Team Nigma, it looks like game 2.
One by one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
One by one they fall.
Radiant's top tower.
And the thing is that all lasted so long, Metamorphosis is back up in 25 seconds. Throwing spells onto the Terrorblade. Little by little, whittling him down, but they've swapped Toby back in. Sven, well, he's come into this fight a little bit late. We'll try and focus down and take out Kuroki. Of strength, and that Aghanim Stormhammer paying off dividends. Holding the BKB, which is still 8 seconds duration, and Magnetize being spammed out. Nice man to dodge, and the evasion still loses the Aegis. Mind gaming.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Just keep Sven viable, please.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Nigma going to take down 2 lanes of barracks, it looks like, focusing on the melee ones at the beginning. They can even go bottom if they would really like to. Still 17 seconds without the Leshrac. That's the defense move. Nice. Nice blink dodge. Catches the Viper. And that's him dead for 50. No buyback available. They also use an arrow, catching and stunning the Earth Spirit, and that's it. Buyback from Aramis forced out. Oh, boom.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It looks like it's time to call it. And there's the big Ravage, going to be securing this game for Team Nigma, taking down Shad, buying back into the battle. But this Terrorblade, with Sunder still ready to go, he pops him out of the cheese. The Stormhammer's there, and he does jump forward on Aramis, but Miracle's just too tanky. They don't have the staying power, and Shad's BKB is meaningless without the God Strength. It's up in 3 seconds with a 3-man Stormhammer. The mech from Mind Control heals them all back up, and they've got a Solar Crest to play with as Shad is killed a second time in a row, while Celery Yules and calls GG. Game 3 goes the way of Team Nigma. And a second game in a row where they really do wait it out till that late game timing.